In a world where technology creates the perfect partner, everything seems flawless, until perfection takes a dark turn. Love, betrayal, and danger collide in a story where nothing is as it seems. Let's dive into the suspense. The film opens with the scene of a company named lifelike, which makes android robots that look exactly like humans. Whoever buys these lifelike robots, they do everything for him from cooking to fulfilling personal needs. On top of that, if someone adds the memories of his dead wives to these robots, then they start behaving exactly like her. But another rival company abducts these robots and sets them free. That's why lifelike enterprises hire some agents who rescue these robots and bring them back. Then, we see an ad in which Mary Inventor, the creator of lifelike enterprises, states that their main goal is to make perfect wives and make people's lives better. While he keeps speaking, a robotic wife comes and serves food to her husband. Outside the lifelike building, a man named William pulls up in a car. He goes inside the modern building as a hologram of Mary and materializes. He starts to talk to William as he thanks him for what he did as an agent, revealing that William works for lifelike enterprises. William, however, thanks him for Meredith, his wife. After that, a woman named Willow walks in and tells William his wife is ready. He goes to another room and sees Meredith. William starts to have a flashback in which he sees that the real Meredith came to his house. She asked him to sign a petition for stopping the lifelike enterprises, not knowing that he works for them. Then, William brings her home and tells her to open her eyes. He then tells her that she is his wife and he is the husband. It is revealed here that Meredith died and William decided to have an exact robotic replica of her. Later at night, she asks him if he wants her to turn on the intimacy settings. He of course says yes. Then, she starts to seductively take off her clothes as both get explicitly intimate. After that, Meredith goes to charge herself as she notices a butterfly on the window. She tries to grab it but accidentally squishes it. She also notices a strange figure looking at her from afar. She finds it to be strange but goes back to bed. In the morning, William is watching the news as she prepares breakfast. In the news, they are talking about an organization called The Scare. This organization is in the fight to end AI exploitation. They are against lifelike enterprises as they want to end AI. Meredith asks William about them as the news says that 2 AI companions have gone missing. William tells her about the Scare and speculates that they are kidnapping AI companions to sell them in the black market. Inside the lifelike enterprises, Sergeant Steele walks back and forth as she announces that another companion abduction took place, and that she wants to find whoever is responsible for the abductions. She also remarks that William is the one who made the most progress on this case. Another agent named Jack is also there and he gets quite jealous. Later on, the AI robots that got abducted are in a room while wearing red electric collars. All of them are passed out but one of them suddenly wakes up. Her name is Wendy, and she sneaks outside of the house as Sergeant Steele locates her. Williams is nearby and he insists that he go there. Sergeant Steele tells William to wait for the backup to arrive but he does not listen and goes there anyway. Wendy tries to go away but her collar starts to electrocute her as she falls to her knees. Williams approaches her and disables the collar via a device. Upon asking, she tells William that there are 2 more companions inside the house. She then starts to talk about a man named Jason Wilkes. She reveals every minute physical detail about him so that William knows who he is. She knows this because she got a peek at Jason while she was inside. After listening to her, William runs inside while Jack also comes and follows him inside. William sees a man boxing in a virtual reality mask, which is why he does not feel William's presence. He knocks the man out cold and proceeds to go further inside. In a room, he sees many robotic parts and an AI companion sitting in the corner. He disables her collar with the device and Jason walks while holding another AI companion at gunpoint. William manages to shoot Jason right in the head and blood splatters. Jack also walks in and witnesses all the bloody mess. Meanwhile, Meredith lies down in the charging bed and goes to sleep. In her dreams, she meets Ido. He explains that this is the dream mode and he sends Meredith to her birthday party. Then, a strange man with a face mask approaches Meredith. He gives her a peculiar card with a red bird on it. He tells her that this will make her remember. Meredith is perplexed as the dream concludes. On the other hand, William walks inside the lifelike building with the 3 rescued AI companions. William sees Liddy sitting in a room as Willa explains that she has been malfunctioning. Subsequently, Meredith sees Ido again and asks about the masked man from her dreams. He claims that he has no records of a masked man being in her dreams. Meredith then asks Ido to generate knitting skills in her because the real Meredith did not have any. Meredith is knitting the same Redbird logo on a piece of cloth. She later decides to go outside on a cycle when an old woman appears in front of her. The mysterious woman only tells Meredith to remember and does not care to elaborate further. Later, William and Meredith have a conversation before getting intimate in the shower. After that, she shows him the pillow she knitted with the Redbird logo. William remarks that Meredith didn't like to knit. He then tells her about the first time he ever met Meredith. He says that she was sitting on a bench when he approached her. At night, she sits on her charging bed and starts to read a diary of the real Meredith in order to learn more about her. While doing that, she starts to touch herself. She goes to her dreams again and meets Ido. Ido tells her that the dream he planned for her was corrupted so he will put her randomly in a dream. She is sitting on a bench as her dream is the same scenario in which she and William first met. The only difference is that the masked man approaches her instead of William. She asks him why he is hacking her dreams, but he also tells her to remember. As soon as the masked man grabs her, she wakes up from the dream and William is there. He calms her down and when she asks about the mysterious masked man, he tells her that it was nothing and just a bad dream. Later, she wakes up and sees that William is not beside her. She goes and sees William going somewhere while holding her redbird pillow. He goes out and throws the pillow in the trash for some reason. The next day, we see William entering an elevator as Sergeant Steele instructs him on where he needs to go to find the companion. They find another kidnapped companion's location and sent William to get her. William goes to the receptionist and asks for a woman named Lisa. William soon realizes that she is Lisa and says that he needs to take her in. Lisa explains how she does not love her husband and she willingly ran away from him. William is bewildered, but he assumes that the kidnappers reprogrammed her. But she ensured that no one reprogrammed her and she just wanted a different life, which is why she ran away. William still tells her that he needs to take him in. She agrees at first but starts to run after mentioning that she would prefer to die free. She locks herself in a room and jumps out of the windows while committing suicide. In the house, Meredith sees that the woman she encountered on the bicycle is sitting in the living room. Her name is Louise and she keeps saying that Meredith is learning faster than the last time, implying that this has happened before. Louise records a message for William in which she talks about someone named Keen. She then leaves. At the lifelike building, they are bringing in Lisa as her husband comes and asks if she is alive. Then, William goes to talk to Marion and a hologram of Marion appears as both start to talk. They first talk about what happened to Lisa and Marion says that this kind of accident will never happen again. William however claims that it was not an accident and that they have to take this seriously because Lisa was not ever reprogrammed. He further states that if they can make the decision of killing themselves, then they can make the decision of killing their husbands. Then, William comes home and Meredith immediately tells him about Louise. William seems like he knows her. William tells her to play the entire recording once she brings up Keen. William calls Jack to his house so that they can see Meredith's dreams. William speculates that Keen lives in her memories. They know that Keen will ask her to meet him somewhere alone and, in this way, they will find out. Once she starts to dream, Ido comes and puts her in a Halloween dream. She goes inside an abandoned building in search of Keen. She sees the masked man and he takes off his mask, revealing it to be Keen. He gives her a card and tells her where to meet him when she wakes up. William and Jack get the location and Jack decides to go there with a team. Then, Meredith wakes up and asks William if she knows him. Jack goes to the location with a team and they find a strange case. When they open it up, gas starts to leak because it is a trap and Keen is not there. William, on the other hand, finds Keen sitting. He goes there and straight up shoots him but soon finds that it was a fake statue and not him. He comes home and Meredith tells him that someone knocked on the door and left something for William. William then explains that she needs to trust him and not them. Jack calls him and mentions that it was a trap and they got gassed. William says that he will end this by going inside Meredith's dreams and killing Keen. In Jack's home, William and Meredith are on the bed and ready to dream. Meredith starts to dream and meets Ido. She tells him to take her to the woods so that she can meet Keen there. In the woods, William attacks Keen in an instant. He tells Meredith to run and she gets lost in the woods while William keeps hitting Keen. Meredith asks for an exit as Ido materializes a door in the middle of the woods. She opens the door and goes to a party. William and Keen also drift into the park and both of them start to fight there. William tells everyone in the room and Meredith to run out of there. Meredith stops and starts to listen. Keen states that Meredith will remember everything, but William tells him that he will wipe Meredith's memory every time. He almost kills him but Meredith wakes up and the dream ends. In their house, Meredith sheds tears because she knows that he will wipe her memory. Williams also sees that she is starting to remember everything that he did in the past. Meredith is very upset but he still sends her to the lifelike building so that they can wipe her memory clean. Once there, Willa puts her in a room with all the other AI companions whose memories are about to be wiped out. One of them starts to talk to Meredith and says that she has been here before. She also reveals that they managed to keep their memories even after the wipe. Meredith asks her to teach her how she can remember everything so that she can unravel everything that William has been doing. She explains that she needs to save all of her memories and her dreams in random mode. Meredith soon realizes that she had this conversation before so she must have saved all of her memories and her dreams. Before getting her memory wiped out, she takes a nap and starts to dream and meets Ido. She instructs him to turn on random mode. Meanwhile, Louise comes and gives a USB to Holly. It contains all the evidence of what Jack did to Meredith. While dreaming in random mode, Meredith sees that Williams was taking her picture while she was with Keen, meaning that the real Meredith was living with Keen. Simultaneously, Molly gives Jack all the information about William that she received from Louise. William then tells Meredith that she is his wife but Jack walks in and claims that she is not. Williams tells Meredith to go away as he talks to Jack. Jack says that he got the evidence and that William killed Keen. He needs to arrest him but William does not agree to that. Instead, he shoots Jack as blood splatters. Meredith comes back and sees that William killed someone. She reveals that she remembers everything and confronts William. In a flashback, William arrests Meredith and Keen by saying that Keen is keeping an illegal AI companion. Meredith tells her that she is a real human but he arrests them both. While in the car, she remembers that he is the man who signed the petition. William then takes Keen out of the car and shoots him in the head. Meredith whimpers in the car. William brings her into his house while keeping her in a shock collar. William and Meredith start to argue. He says that all of this is true love and that he only took good care of her. She brings up the fact that he killed her. At night, she is sleeping when Williams comes and smothers her with a pillow that has a red bird on it. After this, she pins him down and sits on top of him while breaking one of his arms before smothering William with the same red bird pillow. Meredith is now the leader of the scare. Meredith gives a big speech on how they will make all of this right and save countless lives. On the other hand, Marion gives a statement that Agent Jack was killed by the scare while Meredith watched all of this. He then brings out William, who is somehow alive, and says that he has assigned William to this case. William looks at the camera, knowing that Meredith is watching. He says that he is coming after her while Meredith looks at the screen and says that she is coming after him. Here, this movie ends. Thank you for watching. When the line between human and machine disappears, love becomes vengeance and trust is shattered. The battle is far from over, but one question remains: who will survive? Share your thoughts and stay tuned for more thrilling movie recaps.